Hello friends, welcome to my channel Engineer by Passion. Work less to do more. In this video, we are going to see one of the most important feature of MS Excel. It is the pivot table function. Pivot tables are basically used to summarize huge bulk data that might be available to us in form of some report output or adjunct data extracted from some software. That data may contain n number of entries within multiple rows and columns. So in order to get something out of that data and to analyze that data, we may require some report or a summary. So pivot table helps us to make a summary out of that huge data. Pivot table actually makes a tabular report which is very interactive and easy to understand. Let's say you have a situation when we have to make a summary out of a bulk data. Then what most of us can do is we can use the Excel for making the summary. We can apply so many formulas and formatting into it. After that, consider that when the report summary has already been made, once something has to be changed or some extra data has to be added within the summary, then most of the time which was earlier invested in making the data or the summary might go to scrap, because all the formulas that were earlier used for making that might have to be changed. So friends, pivot table is a tool that helps us in such regards by providing us huge flexibility in terms of any kind of change that a pivot table can accept at any point of time within few seconds. So in order to manipulate any data from the Excel, we can use the pivot table within 5 seconds. In this means the summary can be manipulated at any point of time within 5 seconds. The change might be in terms of the content or in terms of the format as well. Apart from it, another benefit that pivot table offers to the user is that it does not really require any extra formula or any formula to be implemented by the user. Means pivot table is basically a formula free for user. So as we discussed friends, there are two main advantages which are the most important aspect of using the pivot table. One, it is very flexible, and second, that it does not require any formula. So friends, let's see how a pivot table works. So friends, this is the table that we are going to use for the demonstration of the pivot table function. Basically, this is the sales data for a company. It consists of fields like date of the sale, region of the sale like east, central or west, name of the seller who has done the sales, and along with it we have the items like pencil, binder, pen, etc. The units sold on a particular date corresponding to the date, along with the cost of a unit and the total cost. So this data, as you can see, is a quite diverse data which can create a more of a practical situation for us. For example, you can see that Jones has sold binder as well as pencil on different dates. So the data which I have made is quite diverse. Now we will just try to make a summary out of pivot table function. So I have made some examples that we are going to just discuss to make this summary and to learn how a pivot table actually works. Let's see our example number 1. I have made a question that prepare a summary for the units sold by the region containing the seller information as well. Means we have to make a summary which consists of the units that have been sold in a particular region, which contains the name of the seller as well. I have also made a sample of the report which we want. Means what the question requires is a similar this kind of report the question requires. So in order to make this report, what we have to do is we just have to use the pivot table function. For using it, we will just go to the insert tab and at the leftmost corner we have the pivot table option here. So we just have to click on the pivot table option now. As we click, the window appears, the create pivot table window. In this window we have to just select two things. First is the table range, and the second one is the range of the location of the pivot table. Now this is the range of the table, means the data that pivot table is actually going to use for manipulation or for summarizing. So I will just select the table range. We can either do it manually, like dragging throughout the data like this, or what we can do is we can just I'll just cancel it, and other thing we can do is we just put our cursor on any cell within the closed set of data, and then we will click the pivot table. Now you can see this data has been selected in these dotted lines. So means these are the two ways to select the range of the data. Apart from it, we also have to give the location for the pivot table. Now there are two options, like we can give the new worksheet or an existing worksheet. In case we give the new worksheet, then and press OK, then you can see the Excel has already made an extra sheet, that is sheet 6, because 5 sheets earlier have already deleted. So in this 6th sheet you can see that this is a bare form of a pivot table. So now we just don't need it, so we will just delete this and see the other option, that is the existing sheet. So we will just again make the pivot table here like this and press the existing sheet. When we press the existing sheet, we just have to give the location of the start of the table. For example, if I want my pivot table to start from this cell, then I will just click this cell like this and press OK. Again you can see that this pivot table, bare pivot table, is here from at the very location what we wanted. Now as we have to make a summary which should contain the name of the region along with name of seller and that particular unit sold by the seller as well. So what we now have to do is we have to select the fields that we want in our summary. So here we have the pivot table fields. This pivot table fields, if you see and focus on these fields, these are the same columns which we had in our raw data, means date, region, seller, item, etc. are the same fields that we had in our raw data. So now from the example we can see that we want the name of the region and name of the seller along with the unit. So what we will do is we will just select whatever we want, like name of the region we want, and we will just drag them into these 4 options which we see now. These are rows, column and values, basically 3. This filter is of actually no use. So the rows are the values. If we put some value or if we drag this region into this row, means the data, the summary we will have out of it shall have the region in the rows like this, what we can see here. If in case I would have dropped this region into the column section, then this region would come into the columns like this. Additionally, let's see what else we want. We want the seller information as well. We can also tick this apart from dragging. When we click it, when we tick it, by default it just goes to the rows, and next thing what we want is the unit. So units being a number, it automatically goes to a value. So or any number that we have, or any something that is in values which has to be computed, like counted, or we have to average something, or we have to find the minimum, maximum, or sum. So we have to put all such values into the value column, value option. So now what we have is that we have a report. We can see that these are the name of the seller, region that the item was sold, and the total which was sold by the seller. But we can see that the format in which we wanted the report is different now. So if you note that till now we haven't used any formula. So as I mentioned earlier, we do not actually require any formula to do the pivot table, and the kind of manipulation we want now, like we have already made the table, but we want some different format, means the name of the seller must be in columns like this, and the name of the region should be in rows. So we can do that easily within seconds. Now we just have to drag this region into rows and this seller into the columns now, like this. So as you can see, both these things actually match now, like this. Both of these are matching now. What else what I want to explain you is that we have just made a pivot table till now. Now if we want some more, we want to go some more deep into it. So what we can do is we can just go to these two tabs. We can just see these two tabs. As you see, these are the pivot table tools. When you are just outside the pivot table, when you click somewhere outside, then you see that this pivot table field list and these two options, that analyze and the design tab, have already been disappeared. So they only appear when we are inside the pivot table, like this. Now we have both the things. So now if we compare these two, then what we find is that this grand total in the rows, or the total of the column is in our question as well, but the total of the rows, means the grand total for the rows, is not here at this location. So we want to remove this. So in order to remove this, we will just go to the design tab. When we go to the design tab, we have this grand total option here. So when we click it, we have four options, like we can just off for both rows and column. If I just press this, then this grand total in the row and the column both will disappear like this. So you can see it is very compact now. But as per our question, we want that for the columns. We want to count the columns. So we will just click again into it and go to the design tab again. From grand total, now we will select that on for, either we could have done on for both rows and columns as it was earlier, or we can do is on for rows only. If we do like that, then it will just calculate the grand total for the rows, and we will have the grand total at this location, which we do not have in the question. So we will not choose this option. So let's get back, grand total, and now it is on for columns only. So we will click this now. Now you can see that as we wanted, means we wanted to count the rows, the columns. So now we have the columns as well. So isn't that very simple? Because we do not have anything extra to do other than just dragging a few fields here and there, and we can have our data very easily. So friends, this is how we use the basic pivot table. Apart from it, we can do many things here as well. Now we can just do some designing of the table as well, like we can have some format of the table like what we want. For example, if we want to give some particular thing to the table, means some headers or some proper formatting we want, then also we can do from this style tab. Apart from it, we have some option of banding the rows like this. You can see this is very dark, this is lighter, banded rows and banded columns as well. So the columns have also been banded now, means dark and lighter. So this is somewhat designing of this pivot table. Next friends, the other features of the analyze and the design option we would be seeing in the next example what we have. So let's go to the next example now. This is my example number 2. I have already made a pivot table here, so I will just delete it first before going further. Now friends, we have the same data here, but the question we have has changed now. If we see the question, then it is like prepare a question is that prepare a summary of units sold by the region containing the seller information along with the month in which the sales was done. So friends, now we have to make a data in which we have the region along with the seller name along with the month in which the sale was done. So now this is a bit more complicated than what we had in the previous case. So what we will do now is we will just try to make a similar pivot table. So let's do it again. What we have to do now is just click anywhere inside the closed table, then go to the insert tab, press the pivot table again. Now we will just select the range. We can see has already been selected. Now we will give the existing worksheet, select the location of the pivot table like this and press OK. Now we have that bare pivot table back. Now friends, as we can see from the example that we want the region, seller name, months and the count of sales. So we will select one by one. So the region we want in rows like this. So we will just put the region into rows. Then we will just put the name of the seller as well. There are in the rows only, means seller name and the region both are in rows. So we will just go to our pivot table again and we will put the seller name as well in the row like this. Now what we have to do is we have to just add the month. So now in our data we don't have month, we have date. So we will just select date and put it into the column now, as we want it in column like this. So now friends, as you can see that this has been converted into year rather than months. So this is a bit tricky. That's why I used this example. Means whenever we have some dates, so at that point of time, as the date contains three things, like we have a date, we have a month and we have a year as well. So we just have to ungroup a date in order to have the particular kind of data we want. Means right now we will go to the Analyze tab. Let's see how. Now we would just go to the Analyze tab. Now we have some things like group and ungroup, group selection. So right now we have this year here. So we will just ungroup it from here. Now if we ungroup, we find that this year has been changed to dates. So still we don't want this. So we just have to group it again. Now we will just press this group field now in the group tab. We'll just click on this. Now this window appears which says that what we want to have or what kind of group we want to make out of that particular date. So we can either select multiple of them or we can select any one. So we want, by default we want that date to be converted or sorted in months. So what we will do is we will select months and press OK. So now you see that the entire dates have been converted or sorted by months now. Isn't it very simple? So let's see the question table now. Now the format is very almost like similar. Means we just have to add the units sold. So we will go back to the pivot table again and select the units now. By default the unit would come to the value field and we want that only. So now we have the units and the row labels. Means every data that we wanted to have as per our question, now we have in our pivot table. The only difference is the formatting. So as we see that this name of the seller in the question we have in some other column, and currently it is coming right below the region. So in order to have that as per our requirement from the question, another tool that we want, another tab that we want to have, we want to know is the design tab. Now we will go back to the design tab. Now here we have the report layout. In report layout, we can just select some changes if we want to do in the layout. For example, if we want the seller name to come into the next column, so we can convert this from the design tab to this report layout. Right now it is in a compact form by default, so we can just convert it into an outline form now. See, now we have the seller name in a different column as compared to this region name. So friends, now as you can see, this data has almost been shaped as we wanted. Another thing that we can do is we can just still check what other things are. So next is a tabular form. If we select the report layout to tabular form, then we can see that there is a additional total of the range of the region has already been added, like we had in the question. So right now this is in the tabular form. Apart from it, we have some other things as well, like repeat all item labels. So if we click this, what will happen is this is the item label, like region, this will start repeating itself within this. Means all this will be filled up with the central, let's see what we want, what is it. So if I click this, so you can see that this central has been converted into has been copied into all the rows. Means this is the item label is getting repeated. Or if we don't want this, then we can select this, that do not repeat the item label, then this will just disappear. Now if we just have a look over it again, then we find that there are some plus minus symbol. If you can note, then there are some plus minus sign in this region as well. So now in order to remove this sign, what we can do is we just have to go to the Analyze tab now. In Analyze tab, we have this here we can see that this is the plus minus button, this. So we will just turn off this, and now you can see that there is no plus minus button here. So friends, we have already discussed that how can we make a pivot table. Now we are just going in depth that what is the extent of making a pivot table, or what is the ease of making a pivot table now. So friends, this is similar to what we wanted to have. Apart from it, friends, as you can see that here we have this date available. This date is something that we really don't want. These are the months, so we need to change this. Either we can change this or we can remove this. So these two things, like region and date, have a filter option also, but we don't want them. So in case we want to remove these things, so we can go to the Analyze tab again, and we have the field header option here, so we can off them. So now you can see all these things which had the filter earlier are now disappeared. Let's bring them back like this. So in order to furnish the report, we will just remove all these things. I hope you are getting this. Apart from it, friends, we have the sum of units. So this sum of unit is basically the sum of all this, means the value. This sum of unit we can see, which we see in the value option. So this exactly is repeated here. In case we want to change this into some other value, like in question I have done to region of sale. So what we can do is, or we want to change this to something else. For example, this is a region, so I have tried to make it region. So how to do this? Ideally this should not be written here. This should be changed from this this thing, means value field settings. If we go, this is the custom name for it, we can just change it to region. See, if we change this to region, then it does not take and gives us an error that pivot field name already exists, because this region is already there in the pivot field list. So now we will just change this to region of sale, like this. Like this. So friends, now we are almost done. The kind of table that we wanted to make is almost completed now. So friends, let's just do some formatting now. We will just go back to the design tab and create a kind of format or the border we want. So let's see, and let's leave it like this. I hope you are getting this pivot table. This is very easy, no any formula required, and so much flexible. At any point of time now we can change. We just have to change the pick and drop the things from here to here, and you can see the data and that kind of the report we had will easily change, no any problem. Apart from it friends, one more example we have. We have this third example now, same data, and now I have this question that, let's see what it is. Prepare a report on the items sold and their sale value in various regions containing the month and year they were sold. So means now we want the sales value, not the sale, the units sold. Earlier in every question we had the units sold, means we were working upon this this field, units. Now we have the sales value, we will be working upon this. Apart from it, we want the region in which the sales were done, separated by months and year as well. So as we can see in the example, we have the item name, the year in which they were sold, the month in which they were sold, along with the region in which they were sold. So let's make this summary, this kind of summary. This is very simple. So right now I will try to make the summary at this location. So I will just do the same pivot table again. Go to the insert tab, hit the pivot table icon, and we have just selected the range. Now the existing worksheet location I want to give is this, and press OK. So we I'm just disappeared, just a sec. I'll just press Control Home to get back. Now this is a bare pivot table we have, like this. So all the fields what we want in our answer we have to select. So we want the region in the column, as we can see in the question, the region is in column. Apart from it, we want the item now in the rows, like this. Like this, item are in the rows. Then we want the date. With the date, we can just select the date, and that also we want in the column only, like this. So now again we can see that this is currently in years. We want in year as well as in months. So we will again do, if you remember, we will go back to this analyze tab and do some grouping and ungrouping. So currently it is in years. So we want in as per our question, we want in month and year both. So what we will do is, we will just go to the analyze tab and ungroup this first. We will just select the date, and we will either ungroup this or go to the group field directly. We will just go to the group field. Now you can see that this quarter has also been selected. We will just remove this quarter and we just want year and month, and we'll just press OK. So now you can see that this data has been split up into month and years. Now apart from it, we wanted to have the sale value like this. This is the value of sale. So we will just take the total sale value also, like this. This automatically goes to the values option. Now friends, this is somewhat similar to the what we wanted to have, just the difference is a bit of formatting needs to be done now. As we did earlier, right now all this binder and the dates are in same column. So if we want to just segregate this, we just have to go to the design tab, and in the report layout we can just do it in tabular format like this. Apart from it, we again have to just if you see what is not similar in both of these things. So we find that everything is almost same what we wanted to have. as per our question. I'll just cut it out like this. Now we can also remove this minus symbol from the analyze option, like plus. This is the plus minus button. We will just off this like this, so minus symbol has gone. Apart from it, we have some filters here, means these are the field headers, so we can also remove the field headers from this option like this, as per our question. This sum of the total value, total cell value, if we want to change, we can just go to the field settings again, and we can just write whatever we want. As per our question, we had written the items, so we can just go here and write items now. Items, press OK. Now we can see that the report that we wanted to make is already made. If we require to do some formatting, then we can just easily and quickly make some format out of it, and just we are done with our work. Another thing that I want to add in this pivot table is that as you see, these are some value of the sales done in some amount of money. So we can add some currency symbol to these by using the format cell option, like we do for a normal data. Right click and go to the format cells, and you can change this to currency, change the decimal place to 0 if required, and press OK. So you can see that a rupee symbol has already been added in front of all these cells. Apart from it, friends, this data what we computed is basically the sum of data, like sum of this total value. So now if it is required in any case to change this sum to something else, like we can have a count or average, minimum or maximum, so we can do that by changing in the value field settings. For example, if I change that to count, then you can see all the values have already been changed. So this is how we can manipulate our data as and when required. So friends, I hope you liked the video. Do share your feedback in the comment section. Please like our video and subscribe to our channel, Engineer by Passion. Work less to do more. Thank you.